Hey, diary, you won't believe this. I have to tell you about the most amazing experience I had today. Today I went to the coolest thing ever, a circus run by cats. Can you imagine? Cats, the creatures who usually just lounge around and nap, were performing incredible tricks and stunts. I didn't even know cats could be that organized. They were jumping through hoops, balancing on balls, and even walking tightropes. It was like they had been training for this their whole lives.
The tent was huge and striped like a giant zebra. It had these adorable cat ears on top, making it look like a giant feline was inviting us in. I bet they got it on sale from a zebra that wanted to be less noticeable. The whole setup was so whimsical and fun. Inside, everything was decorated with bright colors and sparkly things. There were streamers, balloons, and lights everywhere, making it feel like a magical wonderland. I felt like I was inside a giant Christmas ornament. The decorations were so over the top and festive, it was impossible not to feel the excitement. The air was buzzing with excitement. Kids were laughing and pointing at all the cool decorations. You could see the wonder in their eyes as they took in the spectacle. I felt a little bad for the clowns, though. They were getting totally shown up by acrobatic animals. The cats were the real stars of the show, and everyone was there to see them perform. One of the most impressive acts was when a group of cats jumped through flaming hoops. They did it with such grace and precision, it was like watching a well-rehearsed dance. Another highlight was the tightrope walking. The cats balanced perfectly, not a single misstep. They even performed synchronized tricks, leaping and twirling in perfect harmony. The audience was clapping and cheering the whole time. Children had wide eyes, completely mesmerized by the feline performers. At the end of the show, the cats took a bow, and the audience gave them a standing ovation. It was clear that everyone had a fantastic time. As we left, there were souvenir stands selling all kinds of cat-themed merchandise. Kids were buying plush cats, t-shirts, and even little cat ears to wear. Families left the circus with smiles on their faces, and children were talking excitedly about their favorite parts of the show. It was a day to remember. Suddenly, the lights dimmed, casting an air of mystery and excitement over the entire circus arena. The audience hushed, their eyes wide with anticipation. A single, brilliant spotlight pierced the darkness, focusing on a platform in the middle of the ring. The light seemed to dance and shimmer, drawing everyone's attention to the center stage. To everyone's surprise, a very fluffy Persian cat, wearing a tiny, elegant top hat, strutted confidently into the light. His fur gleamed under the spotlight, and his whiskers twitched with authority. He was the Ringmaster. Ringmaster Cat, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the most meowgical show on Earth. His voice was surprisingly clear and commanding, echoing through the tent and capturing the audience's full attention. The crowd erupted into cheers and applause. I have to admit, the cat had a point. There was something undeniably magical about this moment. The energy in the tent was electric, and everyone could feel it. This circus was already shaping up to be legendary. The air was thick with anticipation, and you could almost taste the excitement. The Ringmaster Cat had set the stage for an unforgettable evening. He cracked a few cat jokes, his whiskers twitching with amusement. Each joke was delivered with perfect timing and a twinkle in his eye. What do you call a cat that loves to bowl? An alley cat. The audience chuckled, some groaning at the pun, but all were entertained. Okay, so maybe the jokes weren't that funny. But the cat delivered them with such confidence and charm that everyone laughed anyway. His charisma was undeniable, and he had the audience eating out of his paw. The Ringmaster Cat continued to entertain, weaving through the crowd and engaging with the audience. He performed a few tricks, balancing on a ball and jumping through hoops, each act more impressive than the last. The audience was completely captivated, their eyes glued to the Ringmaster's every move. This was no ordinary circus. It was a spectacle of feline finesse and charm, and everyone knew they were witnessing something truly special. The first act was unbelievable. It was unlike anything I'd ever seen before. The atmosphere was electric, and you could feel the excitement in the air. 3 tiny mice in sparkly costumes walked out on a tightrope. They were dressed in the most adorable little outfits, complete with sequins and tiny hats. The audience gasped as they made their way to the center of the rope. The rope was high above the ground, but the mice didn't seem scared at all. They moved with such confidence and grace, it was as if they had been doing this their whole lives. The height was dizzying, but the mice were unfazed. They even did a little dance on the rope. I was holding my breath the whole time. Their tiny feet moved in perfect synchronization, and they twirled and spun with such elegance. It was a mesmerizing sight.
One of the mice even did a handstand. I'm surprised he didn't fall off. The balance and strength required for such a feat were incredible. The audience erupted in applause, amazed by the mouse's daring performance.
The crowd went wild. Everyone was on the edge of their seats cheering for the mice. The energy in the room was palpable, and you could see the joy and amazement on everyone's faces.
I bet even Rowley would be impressed by these mice. Their performance was nothing short of spectacular, and it left a lasting impression on everyone who witnessed it. Wow, that was amazing! The skill and bravery of those tiny performers were truly inspiring. It was a night to remember, and I can't wait to see what they do next. Next up were the juggling hamsters. They were so cute. They juggled colorful balls and hoops, and they even passed them between each other. I don't know how they held onto anything with those tiny paws.
One of the hamsters even juggled while riding on a unicycle. It was amazing. I tried to teach Manny how to ride a unicycle once. Let's just say it didn't end well. These hamsters were way more talented.
But the best act of all was the flying squirrels.
They soared through the air on trapezes, doing flips and twists. They looked like tiny, furry superheroes.
I bet they could even give Superman a run for his money. I wonder if they practice in slow motion, because they were moving so fast it was hard to keep up.
The squirrels landed perfectly on the other trapeze every time. I bet they never miss their landings. They're probably too busy practicing their awesome tricks. For the grand finale, all the animals came back out. They took a bow while confetti rained down from the ceiling. It was the perfect ending to the perfect circus.
I wish I could go back and see it again tomorrow. I bet even Greg would admit that this circus was pretty cool.
I'm going to ask Mom if we can get a pet hamster. Maybe I can teach it how to juggle.